Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the garden. Alright, today we find ourselves standing at my standard section, right? This is the section where we have our hydrangeas and we have our Rose of Sharons. Right, we are going to be pruning these guys today. Let me take you on up here. Right, we're finally going to cut back our hydrangea trees. Look at this, budding, loving it. Alright, we're going to try to tackle this. Ooh, let me go up. This is the one that we couldn't see where I had to stand on something to show you the blooms at the top. So this is our Rose of Sharon that has grown way too tall. It's a tree form, right? Which is just grown really tall and not very wide, not very bushy. So I'm going to try to cut her back a lot because I want her to have a nice tree form shape. Let me pull back. I'm trying to get you a picture of her without getting a picture of everything else. Hold on. But again, she is taller than me. This is her. Alright, and she goes up some more. Alright, and this is our second hydrangea tree. Right. We're going to get in here and prune her as beautifully as we can. Look at these crossing canes right here. Let me see if you can see it. Look right where my fingers are. Right there. Yeah, see that? Crossing. So these babies are going to get a deep cut back, so that they will bloom and give us a nice rounded tree shape. Remember, I don't know if you remember that last season I had pruned the other one just way too tight, and she corrected herself and she was beautiful, right? Really beautiful shape. Okay, while we are out here in the front, we need to think about what we're going to do with this azalea. Yet another season when I've got no blooms. All right, I'm thinking about it, and we'll go ahead and see if we can finally prune this mess of a mess, right? This is my Tranquility in a container. Thank goodness Tranquility survived though, right? Because I have all the roses in containers that have not survived, which is very, very, very sad. All right, we're gonna also try to prune Thomas A. Beckett. Thomas survived, thank goodness. I was really worried about Thomas. This is Big Ben. Big Ben is not looking too happy with me, right on the outside. Remember, Big Ben is the fire chief arborvitae that came out with way too little roots when we took him out of the rose walk. He came out with basically no roots, and we planted him up here in the container. Fingers crossed that he would grow. Now, normally at this time of the season, let me show you the rest. Do you see those fire chiefs right there by the window? They should have transitioned from their orange into that color right there that you're seeing. But Big Ben has not done that. Big Ben. All right, but look inside of Big Ben. Big Ben is still green, right? So I'm just thinking it's because of maybe the smaller root mass, that maybe he has nothing to support the outer side growth. So we're going to try. I'm going to make an attempt, people, an attempt at pruning him back. We're going to go ahead and remove all of these annuals. All right, these were the Dusty Millers. I like the Dusty Millers though. They were so hardy in the space. Right, and let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, there's another container down there with the Dusty Millers by the Rose Walk. So we'll go ahead and get that cleaned up. And that's going to be, hopefully, it for today, for this video. Alright, so as always, let's get our gloves on, roll up our sleeves, and let's get to doing what we love, right? Alright, loving it. Happy gardening, guys. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start with the pruning of the limelight hydrangea trees. We're going to start with all the dues of pruning, right? So we are going to remove everything dead, diseased, and dying. We are going to remove any crossing canes, and I'm going to be pruning her back to a, what's that word? To a nice healthy bud. Alright, I'm going to also try to bring the shape in just a little bit. Hold on, I'm going to block the camera. Hold on. Alright, prune her back to a healthy set of buds and make sure that I have a nice rounded shape so that she forms a nice rounded tree for us. Alright, so without further ado, alright, let us get pruning. Last year was my first time pruning the Rose of Sharon's. I'll show you the one we pruned on the back. And what I learned is what you prune off very quickly grows back. So the plant will be back to its original height by the time it flowers, and it will give us some more branching. So let me go ahead and get this one done. All right, taking it down to where I can see it. Then she can grow back from here. Always pruning above a nice. Alright, beautiful people, now let's move our attention on to pruning or container grown roses. This is Tranquility. Tranquility's overwintered all by himself right here in a container on the driveway. No winter protection. He was not cut back or anything. When you look closely, you don't even have to look closely, right? You're going to see a lot of dieback, a lot of winter damage. Right here, lots of black canes. But the bright side is we do have some green. I'm still a little concerned because even on some of these stems that are green, well, this one's not a good example. This one's green all the way through, which is good. But for example, on this one, although we have green, let me see if you're seeing it right. This one right here, although we have a nice green stem coming up, we do have some blackening happening at the base. Right, look at this one right here. Right here. Can we see? I can't see my. There you go. Right, there is some black starting from the very crown of the rose, working its way up. Experience has taught me that when that happens, I've probably lost that rose. But again, I'm unsure. So what we'll do is we will cut her back. We're going to prune out everything that can be pruned out. I'm going to go ahead and do everything that you should do with a container rose, which is remove the first 2 or 3 inches of soil, 4 inches if you can, and then I'm going to add some fresh compost and cow manure on top. Okay, and then fingers crossed, we'll see if Tranquility bounce back for us, if we will have a plant this season. All right, I'll definitely keep you updated on that one. And then there is Thomas A. Becket. I don't remember the hardiness zone for Tranquility. I'll check and put that on the screen. But let's take a quick look at Thomas A. Becket here. Okay, so Thomas A. Becket, same story, overwintered all by himself on the driveway, no winter protection, no cutback. All right, but he is showing us that, hey, he is happy, I think. All right, I'm not seeing a lot of what's this, darkening at the very bottom of the canes coming up. The canes that I do have do look green. Once I cut him back a bit further, we'll see. But we'll do the same steps with him in terms of cut back, prune out, dead, diseased, and dying, remove the first couple inches of top soil, and then add a fresh layer of compost and cow manure. All right, this should take us just a few minutes, so let's go ahead and get this section done. All right, as always, it is windy, so I will try to speed up this process for you. right, beautiful people. All right, look at this. We are all done. We've got the dusty miller cleared away. Hey, that was very easy, matter of pulling them out. Now, I did not get to trim Big Ben back, so we'll save that for another day. All right, dusty miller is cleared out on both sides. Refreshing, right? Like, now you can breathe again. Okay, and we did the roses. So this is Thomas A. Becket. Now, Thomas looks good. Hold on, let me backtrack for a second. So once I cut him back, I went on in and removed the first 2 or so inches of soil and replaced that with a fresh layer of cow manure and earthworm castings. Did that for both containers. We're looking at Thomas A. Becket. Thomas A. Becket does present and looks a lot healthier than Tranquility does. Lots of green canes, lots of growths. I know that he's probably okay. All right, Tranquility, let me take you over to him. As a bit touch and go-y, right? So this is Tranquility. Looking good on with 2. This one looks good. The one back here looks good. But the third one sitting right here is a concern for me because he has a lot of dark black coming up, and it's coming from the base up. And as mentioned, when it comes from the base up, I'm a bit worried. Looking at his canes, I'm not seeing a lot of new buds pushing out, not seeing a lot of activity. So fingers crossed, we'll see what he does. But I know, but sitting here, we do have 2, this one and that one, that look pretty healthy. It seems as if, oh, look at this, I missed this. I got to cut this off, and you see that hole? A little hole in the top, let me see. Something was digging, yeah, something bored its little self in there. So we'll go ahead and cut that off. Okay, outside of that, we did the standard area. Let me pull you up here just a bit. Now, I will admit it, people, I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm pruning the hydrangeas, let me tell you. So simply what I did is try to pull it back at least a third of its height. I pulled out anything that was crossed in, anything that was thin, and anything that was dead. All right, and that is all we did for the hydrangeas. With our Rose of Sharon, all right, we cut her back. We took down at least 1, 2, I think I took down about 2.5 feet of growth and put her in more of a tree form, more of a rounded form, because I want her to be more tree-y or fuller for us next season. And then this is the second hydrangea that we did. All right. Okay, so this is where we'll go ahead and end it for yet another beautiful day. Look at my shadow saying hi, people. All right, we'll go ahead and end it here. It has been awesome spending this time with you in the garden as always. Look at this azalea. We have to talk about this azalea, okay? In the next video, we will tackle this azalea. This is an encore lily azalea that has been planted now. This is going into her 2nd season, and she has not given me 1 flower. So I'm thinking it's okay to say that this azalea is just not happy here. We'll sit down and figure out something in our next video. We'll definitely address it, or we'll have a video just for her. All right, but I must say I was ending it and then got distracted, right? So let me just say thank you again. Thank you for having joined me for yet another beautiful day in the garden. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and also don't forget the notification bell so that you'll be notified once we've got new videos uploaded. Again, you are all awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.